You might be wondering, did we quit bus life and travel?
Well, we're not going to keep you waiting until the end of the video. The short answer is no. We're not quitting bus life, we're not quitting traveling, and we're not quitting YouTube. But it was a pretty close call. I think if we would have hit the diesel tank with that rock, it would have been a disaster.
But that experience has definitely changed our trajectory, so we thought we'd catch you up in this life update. I felt trapped. Doing okay? This is summer in Breckenridge. A 100-mile ultra marathon is happening right now.
Go Nate! We got two big announcements here. So we've picked a place as a summer home base. Pretty excited about it. So you're gonna have to wait around till the end for us to give you those.
So grab a cup of coffee, some popcorn, maybe a beer, and hop on board because it's quite a ride. So in our last video, we showed you how we got stuck in the forest. I give up, pretty much give up. And it was a beautiful place. Once we got out of that terrible situation, we were in like heaven. I felt trapped in the stressful situation because we had such a hard time getting into this space, and I did my best to relax and enjoy it, but I felt trapped. And until we got out of that space, I didn't feel like I could truly let go of the stress from that experience. I was having these crazy panic attacks that I haven't had in years. And so we got to work prepping that driveway entrance into the camp spot so that we could actually get out safely. We didn't film the exit because we just wanted to focus on getting safely out of there, and it all went so smoothly. You wouldn't even think we had a problem getting in the space in the first place. So good job, everybody. We then moved closer to the town of Leadville into a BLM spot. It was beautiful, but very noisy, parked right next to a county road. You know what? It was easy to get into and easy to get out of, and that's kind of all we really needed, was a safe spot to chill for a little while. And while we were trying to decompress still in the space, we still had to edit this video about getting stuck in the forest. And we relived all that stress again. I can't tell you guys what it's like, because editing is not just like see it one time and you're done. You're going through clips and fine-tuning it, and it was pretty rough, to be honest, and we were pretty nervous about putting that video out. And we got so many supportive comments, people sharing their accidents and their problems with their RVs and buses. So I just want to say thank you for all your kind words and support. We really appreciate it, even if we weren't in the comments at the time of the video release, because we finally got a chance to step away from the situation and enjoy the beautiful area we were in. There were so many wildflowers in this spot, and so I picked a bunch and made a little bouquet for the bus to try and bring as much joy into this space as possible. And we got into like cooking really tasty meals and sprouting again, and we even had a fox sighting in camp, which was pretty cool.
There he is.
You see him?
Yep. He's just trying on. It's got him. Did you see that fox?
You wanna go for a walk?
Yeah, let's go.
But it was really fun because we got to adventure into Leadville, which is only like a 6-mile drive from where we were camping. This is the highest town elevation-wise in the 48 states at 10,200 feet. It's an old mining town, so all kinds of history dating back to the 1800s there.
And being at such high elevation, it snows for a really long time. So what's really fun about Leadville in summer is they really make the most of the good weather. There's like constantly events, and we happened to arrive right when they're having their boom days, which is celebrating their mining heritage. And there were these like ridiculous bike races going on.
Yeah, like slowest bike race.
Slower! Oh, you get towards the end, you're running that running room. Slower!
It was hilarious.
Who's gonna go? One of you guys needs to go.
And then what was the other one?
Oh, hot dog eating contest on a motorcycle. It was hysterical.
The crowd was like screaming, "Bite that wiener!" We immediately fell in love with Leadville.
While we were in that area, we decided we'd go ahead and do a day trip into Breckenridge, Colorado.
It's a place that's kind of been in the back of our mind. What totally drew me to want to go there is this troll by Thomas Dambo. He makes these trolls out of recycled materials. They're beautiful sculptures, and he's done them all over the world, and it's kind of fun. You go for a walk down the forest and find this troll.
Yeah, it is really well done and much taller than I expected after seeing photos.
It's a cold and rainy day here. This is summer in Breckenridge, but what a cute little town. What I liked most was maybe the artwork that we found around the place.
I loved that we got to just jump on a trolley for free and ride around town.
Yeah, it was nice and easy to get around for sure.
Yeah, it's a big ski area, a lot of people that go there in the winter, and it's a pretty decent sized town for a ski area. Thanks to Incogni for sponsoring today's video.
Oh look, it's my best friend calling. Spam risk. I swear, I get more calls, emails, and texts from spammers and scammers these days than I do from my actual friends. Does this sound familiar to you?
Online data brokers have gotten increasingly aggressive. They will take your information and sell it to anyone. Sure, you can try to remove your information yourself, but it's very time consuming and ridiculously tedious by design. It would literally be a full-time job because you got to do it 100 times every couple months to keep your data offline.
This is where Incogni comes in. Incogni is a service that works for you to go out and remove your info from all of these lists, getting you out of the system. They contact data brokers, request your information to be removed, and deal with all the communication and details.
We got a yearly subscription to Incogni using our link, incogni.com/Mela and Don.
That means we've always got a partner monitoring the web to make sure our information doesn't pop back into those brokers' hands.
It's been fascinating to look at the Incogni dashboard and realize my information's on over 80 of these lists, which explains why my email's a disaster, my phone pings with spam, and the only phone calls I actually get are from robots.
We created accounts and with just a click gave Incogni permission to track down the data brokers that have our information. They've already sent out 132 requests, removing our personal data from 77 lists and saved us over 57 hours in just one day with the service. It's great to have a tool that keeps our private information private.
If you're ready to take control of your data, head over to incogni.com/Mela and Don to sign up.
And you'll get 60% off when you use our code Mela and Don at sign up.
Thanks to Incogni for sponsoring this video. Now let's jump back into the Colorado adventures. Our time was up there on the free BLM land we had, and we had found a place with camping. It wasn't free, but we just loved the area, so we decided, let's go ahead and pretend we're on vacation for a week, pay for some camping right at Turquoise Lake, just outside of Leadville.
I think this spot is probably going down as my favorite spot that we've stayed at in Colorado. You gotta go say hello, buddy?
I loved the wilderness, the lake. It's massive. It's like 132,000 acre lake. The other thing that made it really great is that my brother and sister-in-law came to visit, which was so much fun.
It was just what we needed to, I think, and finally decompressing.
Yeah, walking down to the water in the morning with our coffee, just to stare out over the lake. So calming, really grounded us.
We are out here at Lake Turquoise in Colorado. And the Leadville 100-mile ultramarathon is happening right now.
Yeah, it's right down the hill from where we've been camped this week.
We camped right there, and this right here is the trail that they run on. Last night around, what was it, 8 p.m.?
Yeah.
The winners, like the first few people were running through, like we knew they were gonna win. We were so excited to cheer them on.
They were making huge, like 9-minute miles. It was amazing. So this is another one of Leadville's big events, and this ultra marathon is a 100-mile run. It's a non-stop running for up to 30 hours. That's the cutoff time.
We are up early this morning because there's somebody we kind of know who's coming through.
Kind of know? We know them.
You may know Nate from Kara and Nate. And if you don't know their YouTube channel, then what the hell are you doing on YouTube? They're like some of the biggest YouTubers out there. We love their videos. Don had the pleasure of meeting Nate in town a couple days ago.
I just ran into him in town.
And he is doing this race. And we found out he's past the last check station. Because if you don't make it to the check station by a certain time, they cut you out of the race. So we're waiting for him to come through the last leg. Don made Nate a sign out of a pizza box.
My favorite pizza.
Night.
My favorite pizza place here in town.
Because we weren't sure what time he'd come in, and so we left it up with fairy lights all night so that if he came past in the night, at least there was a sign. Yeah. But I'm so happy that we get to be here in person.
Go Nate! Almost there, man.
Doing it, man.
Last push.
Holy crap, you're amazing! Yay!
95% done.
Oh my goodness.
I'm hurting. Thank y'all so much.
You got this!
Thank you.
Woo!
Stay in chat, but I'm cutting.
No, go! You got this! Neither of us have any desire to ever run an ultramarathon, nor do I think I have the physical or mental ability to run an ultramarathon. But it was so fun to be a part of it and cheer on all the runners. I'm totally in awe of them. In fact, if you want to watch Kara and Nate's video about the marathon, we'll link it up here because it really blew my mind, and it was just so fun for us to be just there to cheer them on. Because it's the only way I'll ever participate in that.
Sadly, our time at Turquoise Lake was up, but we'd already scouted out another spot where we're at today, which is Twin Lakes. The more time we spend here in Colorado, the more I'm falling in love with it. Despite all of our difficulties, problems, accident, and stress that's caused, every place we go to just is breathtaking. There's so many beautiful areas. Every time we get a new camp spot, I'm so excited to be there. There's so many great places, so much beauty, and I do have to mention that the weather here in the summer is almost perfect. I think we've had like 39 degrees once, but most of the time it's like 70, 71 during the day. And the gorgeous lake views, the mountain views. Hard to not enjoy.
What you think, big boy? What you think?
One fun thing we got to do this week so far is we hiked the Inner Laken Trail, which goes all the way out about halfway across the lake here. It takes you out to this fancy resort that was built in the early 1900s, I think. And there's a cabin they've restored there called Dexter's Cabin. Really cute inside. They've had to move it a few hundred feet because the dam here had raised the lake level and they didn't want it to go underwater. And then the other thing that we got to do, which was pretty incredible, is drive across Independent Pass at the Continental Divide, taking us from Twin Lakes all the way up to Aspen, Colorado. This road's only open May to September, and for good reason. It goes up to 12,900 feet, I believe, and they don't allow vehicles over 35 feet because it's so windy. There's so many switchbacks, you would get stuck and stop traffic. We got up there, it's amazing. It's almost like the tundra at the top of the Rocky Mountain National Forest. And on those switchbacks, it's a little bit scary at times because there's not very many places with guardrails. And the big place that has guardrails, it looks like people smash into them all the time because they're so dented up. So the last month or so has really been great, giving us a chance to like settle and slow down and just kind of take things in.
We got into this lifestyle to escape all the stresses of living in a big city. And in a lot of ways, we have escaped those stresses, but summer has taught us a really big lesson, I think.
Yeah, we always thought as we traveled that we'd probably just find a winter home base, I guess. But recently we started thinking differently about the stresses of our summer travels, and it really clarified for us that we think we want to find a summer home base now.
Both in our first year of travel and in our second year of travel, summer was tough because we realized there's a few reasons. People are on vacation, so there's a lot more people out and about. It can be harder to find spaces and it becomes more expensive, especially in the places that are nice and cool or cooler during summer, where everybody's trying to escape the heat. So it's made it challenging both times round. So we started to think, well, winter's actually been really easy for us to travel in.
Yeah, in Arizona, it's been simple and cheap. Parts of California, parts of southern New Mexico.
Even Texas was easy to find places in winter, even though it's not my preferred place to spend winter because it was a little bit cold.
Yeah.
But we thought it made a lot more sense to find a summer home so that we can have somewhere to take a break, even if it's for 3 months, and escape the hustle of where do we stay, where do we dump,
Where can we get that our big rig will fit into?
where will we do laundry, where do we do groceries. Like, we just need a break from it sometimes, and also somewhere to complete some projects, because when you're on the road and traveling, there's only time to do the necessary fixes in the bus, repairs and maintenance.
Yeah, and we still have about 5% of our bus that we haven't finished.
I really thought year 2 we were gonna complete all these little things. I really thought we were, but there's just been, between work and travel and repairs and maintenance, there's been no time.
So we've picked a place that we're gonna start seriously looking around as a potential summer home base. Pretty excited about it. Figure that an area maybe that has skiing or winter sports could be just the right kind of place for us to have a summer home, because when we're gone in the winter, maybe it could be a short-term rental property.
It would provide a place that we could go either spring, summer, or fall. Whoa. Oh my God, what was that?
Now, we're not going to tell you where it is we're thinking about. It's going to be a surprise, but it is somewhere we've been before.
But we thought it'd be fun to say, hey guys, where do you think we've picked? Any clues? Put them in the comments.
Next order of business here, YouTube. We love making these videos, and we'll post as much as we can, and when we're inspired. But right now we need to recoup our savings. We got hit with a lot of bus maintenance bills, and some were unexpected. We really feel like we need to focus on work that we know pays us some money so that we have some savings, because right now, boy, we could be in a lot of trouble if we have another problem.
Yeah, exactly. We made a video earlier in the year that explained just how little money we actually earn from YouTube itself, just from the ad revenue. If you missed that video, check it out over here, then you'll understand why we're saying what we're saying right now. It's really important for us to have sponsors for our videos, so big thank you to Incogni for sponsoring this video. And our patrons, the Rahaba Tribe on Patreon, is a huge part that keeps this channel going. We do have expenses like cameras and websites and cards and batteries and yeah.
Hosting services, it goes on and on.
That's why we want to say a big thank you to our new executive unicorn in the Rahaba Tribe. Thank you, Randy, for joining the tribe. It really means a lot to us and it helps this channel so much. We thought we'd do something to help you guys know different ways that you can support us. If you want this channel to keep going and making videos more regularly, we need your support. So we've made a page on our website that lists all the ways that you can support us. From free ways, without spending a cent, you can offer support.
Watching our videos and sharing our videos, to
liking, commenting, subscribing. You can even join the Rahaba Tribe for free. But there's a lot of options as well, like you can just give us a tip through Venmo or PayPal.
Or even on YouTube in the super thing.
And then of course, the biggest way you can support us is through a monthly membership on Patreon. So please go take a look. We'll put the link in the description. You can browse through those if you would like to find a way that you could offer us support.
Now we got one other announcement we're excited to share. Doesn't matter if you're a van lifer, live in an RV, or travel full-time in a converted ambulance, or you don't have any of those vehicles. We're going to be attending an event here in October called the Moon Landing.
So if you want to come and hang out with us at Moon Landing, we would love to see you at the Moon Landing event. And not only that, we have a discount code so you can get 20% off the tickets to the event.
Now we'll include a link over to the Moon Landing event page below. We'll also include that code, which is Rehabitate20, so you get 20% off if you want to sign up for that event.
So thank you for hanging out with us today as we've updated you on what's been going on with us. I'm pretty excited, honestly, about the future. There's so many exciting things coming up in the near future, and we will be sharing the Moon Landing event and our searches for land. So it's gonna be good times.